Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't know how the mic is doing, and there's an airplane above, but I figured I'd make a video today at night. Go for a walk, get some fresh air. The weather's nicer now where I live. Those of you who know where I live, you know why it's nicer now. It's almost summer, not quite, but we're on our way there. And yeah, so the Trump tariffs, I saw the whole speech. It's gonna get a little dark here as I walk around. I saw the whole speech, and long story short, the market actually initially pumped, right? And I actually sold my Nvidia off for a nice little 200 and something bucks, and sold my SoundHound same day before market close. I don't remember when I sold it, but I sold it off because I'm like, this isn't looking good. And then, of course, he started talking, and the market reacted by selling off. So technically speaking, we should come down to 90 on Nvidia. If we drop under 100, we're going to 90, which means, of course, other stocks are going to be dropping real fast, because we've seen that happen. We've seen what happens when Nvidia is struggling. Everything else struggles. So we should see SoundHound under $6. We're going to see a lot of stocks get real cheap. And I've shown this before. This is just how it is in a bear market. Stocks keep going down. You will not be able to time the bottom perfectly. The best you can do is average down at key levels, and that's what we're doing. So it is what it is. If you can hold out for the next... Well, let me take a seat here. Is it wet? It rained today. Maybe that was a sign. But maybe I should have brought my tripod. But anyways, as I was saying, this is expected. This is normal. You're gonna get a lot of good companies at very cheap discounts. They're already discounted like 50%, 80%. It's gonna be even more. And I think I showed you guys that example, right? That example of Shopify. Like, you saw Shopify. It touched. It went from like 240 to 120, and you would think, that's 50% off. That's a massive discount. That's a winner right there. I'm getting such a huge discount. But then, months later, it still dropped another 50%. So your portfolio should be in the red. It should be in the red. Everyone's going to be in the red. And my prediction has been that we're going to be in a year-long bear market. I hope it's a year-long. If it's longer than a year, that's going to be new territory even for me. Like, I'm not going to know. I don't even know what to do at that point. I don't know how cheap prices can get if we get such a really nasty bear market where we just go down for years. I hope that's not the case, because this would be one of the ugliest bear markets I've ever seen personally, and I wouldn't even know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do at that point, other than continue to average down on the good ones. I mean, Nvidia had good earnings, HIM stock had good earnings. There were a bunch of stocks that had good earnings, but it sold off because we're still in a bear market. People don't want to hold. Also, there's a prediction. I think there's a high chance now of a recession. So there's too many catalysts in the future that are going to cause the markets to sell off and to continue to sell off, which just means stocks is going to get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. We don't know where the bottom's going to be. What we can do, again, is just try to time the pullbacks in the downtrend to make some money, like we did here on SoundHound. We made a little bit of money on that, and Nvidia flipped that real quick for some money just to make something. But the bigger, longer term positions, like I added 50K on Ride stock at 8.40. That's when I go big like that, I'm looking for the big swing, the 50 to 100%. Like, there's going to be a lot of money to be made once we recover. It's going to suck right now where everything's just dropping 30 to 50%. But the recovery is going to be glorious. And I've been there before. In fact, the bigger the bear market, when the recovery comes, when we go into that next bull run, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be the euphoria is going to be insane. But you have to go through this, the process right here, right now, of accepting, like, this is how it is. We're going to go down nice and cheap, and this may continue for a year, hopefully just a year. Let me start walking. Hopefully it just lasts 1 year and we continue, but we'll see what happens, right? We don't know. Yeah, I looked at after hours and I was like, okay, looks like we're headed towards under 100 with Nvidia. So everything's just going to be cheap. Like, it already was cheap. It's going to get even cheaper. So I just wanted to make this video real quick, just talk person to person here. Oops, my finger, there we go. Yeah, my game plan hasn't changed. I am going to sit on cash and in the dark I look horrible. But yeah, I'm going to sit on cash and just wait for the next key level of support, which is for Nvidia 90. And I mean, I'm sure you guys noticed a lot of stocks before Monday, a lot of stocks were like right at support. Like the whole market was essentially moving in the same direction, in the same way. We were just waiting for April 2nd. We were waiting at support, and now everything's just going down after hours. So the market as a whole is moving together, and if Nvidia drops, I mean everything else is dropping. So I'm just going to sit on a cash position and wait to see what happens at that next big level. And what kind of reaction do we get? Is it just going to be a pullback, and then we go lower anyways, or is it going to be the bottom? We don't know where the bottom's going to be. Like I said, I'm just going to look to add my favorites at the next key level. I'm not going to add more Riot stock. I have kind of high conviction in that one. I've traded that several times. Whenever it goes under 10, it always goes back above 10. So it's just that, again, you just got to be patient. You just got to sit on it. Nvidia is a good one. You just got to sit on it. So I'm really, in this bear market, I'm just going with stocks that have a history of recovering very well after a bear market that lasted a year. And that's Nvidia, Riot. I don't know about the other ones, but I'm going to play it safer this time. Usually I want to buy SoundHound when it gets real cheap, but it's like, you know what? This is unprecedented, and let's just play it safe with the ones that have a strong recovery after a bear market. So that would be Nvidia and Riot stock for sure, and Bitcoin itself. Anything that follows it. You might be getting some wind and then an airplane, so you might not hear me. I hope you can hear me. But yeah, so Riot, Mara, what else? ARK-B, the ETF that follows Bitcoin, Nvidia, SoundHound, and RR stock, the Rich Tech Robotics. That one's, I had my eyes on that one and I almost wanted to buy, but there's this guy Seb Luke who said he thinks Trump is going to cause the markets to pump again after the tariff announcements, and so I was like, oh hell no, I'm not buying anything. If he says that, it's time to do the opposite. It's just time to hold a cash position. Alright guys, that's it for the video. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.